What's up, Olympia? Today we are talking about the May 6, 2025 Olympia City Council meeting, and it was a meeting rich with recognition and gratitude. This is Council in 10. For the record, I am Susan Grisham, flying solo today, no Kelly. So let's get into the meeting. First, for roll call, Mayor Pro Tem Nguyen and Councilmember Madrone were excused last evening, and there were no announcements, and the agenda was approved. So then we moved right on to special recognition, which there were 3 last evening, which is usually not the case. So first up was a proclamation recognizing May as Jewish American Heritage Month. Daniel Farber, the congregation president of Temple Hafilo, was present and noted 150 years of Jewish Americans living in Olympia, free to carry out their cultural practices and weaving themselves into the tapestry of the community through civic leadership, commerce, and community life. And then council members read the proclamation recognizing May as Jewish American Heritage Month. And then Rabbi Yosef Strauchs of Chabad Jewish Center of Olympia was also invited to speak and noted that he moved to Olympia in 2016 and was warmly welcomed and said, Olympia really shines because our city promotes love, kindness, and inclusiveness. The Chabad Center recently moved it from Tumwater into Olympia city limits. And Mayor Payne noted that he is appreciative of both congregations and how despite differences in how they practice their Judaism, they all come together as one people. And then we moved on to the next special recognition item, which is a proclamation recognizing May as Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, AANHPI, which I will stumble through for the rest of this item. Council members read the proclamation. And then Asian Pacific Islander Coalition of South Puget Sound co-chair Lynn Crowley and other representatives of the organization accepted the proclamation. Lynn noted that Washington has a really rich and diverse Asian American and Pacific Islander community with over 20% of the state's population currently identifying as AANHPI. She invited the community to attend the celebration that will be at the Longhouse at Evergreen State College on May 24th. And that will include food, performances, resources, and workshops. It will be a beautiful celebration of the AANHPI community here in Olympia. And our last special recognition, which is near and dear to my heart, council members read a proclamation recognizing public service through the month of May. City Manager Bernie noted that May 5th through 11th is Public Service Recognition Week, which is a time across the nation where public servants at the federal, state, county, tribal, and city levels are recognized for the work they do to keep our communities safe, healthy, prosperous, and livable, and ensuring that government serves the people in a trustworthy and transparent manner. He also shared that May has multiple weeks celebrating specific professions within the public service sector. 1 week is never enough to recognize the amazing work of dedicated public servants. So among those weeks, the professions highlighted for recognition are the city clerks, economic development, police, EMS, and public works. And representatives of each of those areas came up and spoke for a few minutes. And council members thanked all the public servants in our community for their work. And then we moved on to public comment. We had 2 public comments. One was related to questions regarding an interaction with the police department, and another was a request for an update on the status of sidewalk repairs across the city. So Mayor Payne asked Police Chief Allen to touch base with the speaker who had concerns about the police department. And then Public Works Director Mark Russell was asked to share an update on the work around the city regarding sidewalks. He noted that last year the city spent $500,000 doing sidewalk repair throughout 19 sites in the community. And this work actually helped staff get an understanding of how to plan similar work this year. And currently they're reviewing policy and determining how to move forward with that work. He also discussed working with the city manager and the council throughout the budget process this year to see what kind of progress we can make on that in the meantime as well. And then the consent calendar was up. It was adopted with no questions or polls. And we moved on to the only other business item of the evening, which was approval of a resolution authorizing an agreement with the OIR Group for a civilian police auditor services. Assistant City Manager Stacey Ray shared an overview of the work of the police auditor. Recently, the civilian police auditor role was expanded after a community-driven process led by our Social Justice and Equity Commission, aiming to really strengthen the independent oversight of the Olympia Police Department. The auditor works independently of the police and reports directly to the City Council and engages with the community on issues of police accountability. Recently, the city's Community Livability and Public Safety Committee interviewed several firms to replace our current police auditor, who after 5 years decided it was time to step aside. And out of those interviews, the committee decided to move forward a contract with the OIR Group. Ms. Ray shared an overview of the firm's work and experience, which is pretty deep across the country, actually. And OIR Group representative Michael Jenico introduced himself to the City Council and shared his excitement for this work with the Council. So really important work, and the Council approved that resolution unanimously to move forward with that contract. Then we moved on to reports. Council members reported on meetings and events that they attended, and the City Manager Bernie had no reports. And then the meeting adjourned at 7:53 p.m. If you're watching this live, you can stay tuned for the full replay of the council meeting I just discussed with you, or you can watch it and any of our other programming on demand at olitv3.com. And as Kelly always says, the Oli TV app, it is good. Download it. It is government in your pocket. It's very cool. And if you want to watch a council meeting live and in person, we're here most Tuesdays at 6 p.m. and we'll save a seat for you. And with that, we're adjourned.